think, guys, tell me if you agree, but I think the common connection when we say passion is to consider love, that they seem like quite a union of concepts or experiences. When we think about passion, we might think about passion for, you know, somebody in terms of love. But I just want to add some thoughts, some ideas for you guys to consider too. And I think passion for me is, I think you can consider like stoking the fire of passion. You know, I think that comes for me actually from my yoga journey, this idea of stoking the fire. And then, so if we think about passion and how do we develop passion? How do we get passionate about things? How do we get passionate about life? I think it's to relax into it being a journey and a process. So for me, commitment comes with passion, and risk comes with passion, because if we think about passion being connected to love anyone, to love anything fully, like with all of our hearts and all of our spirit, all of us, there's a risk, because anything that we put all of ourselves into, whatever that is, we don't know the outcome. And so for me, you know, being able to be truly passionate about something in life, whether it be a relationship or a business or a project, or, you know, like we're talking about fitness, it comes with stepping into taking a risk and being courageous, and yeah, and that little unknown, you know, come with your excitement and your fear, because we don't know. But I think they're quite interconnected for me, so that's what I'd start with.
I completely agree with you. I mean, if you're passionate about something, if you have a passion for something, then it means you care about it, isn't it? It's a signpost that you value that in your life. And when you truly care about something, that completely resonates with me, because then you're a little bit vulnerable, you're a little bit open, you've taken the risk when you kind of opened your heart to being passionate about that thing. So that, I completely get you on that, Rachel. I think the risk behind passion, it's a positive thing. Without the passion, we don't have the risk. Without the risk, we don't have the passion. And my first one was very much tapped into that, because like you, I started thinking about the way that passion is delivered in modern society, and quite often that is through this idea of romantic love. And whenever you meet someone, there's this idea that this is passionate, you know, all the love songs that are all about the chemicals and the whiz bang and everything that's happening. And then I thought, well, quite often I believe that that's a bit of a lie that society and culture is telling us, and that actually the true passion for a person comes after you've got past that like chemical endorphin rush of this is what it feels like to be in love. And so I thought, whether you're passionate, you know, whether it's your children, your career, your hobby, your partner, I think passion becomes a quiet, consistent, sometimes boring choice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's massively underestimated. I think we're very much attracted to the whiz bang, the grand gestures in life, and overlook the power, as I said, of the quiet, consistent, boring choices that we make that are fueled by this passion.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just getting an image that, just following on from what you're saying, and I don't know if this speaks to you or if it's useful, but even as you're exactly what you're saying, like it's a bit a slow burner, and I was just imagining a fire, and you know, and how we, if you think how we actually build a blazing hot fire, it starts with the distant monotonous rubbing of two sticks, right? That there's some effort that needs to be put in. So I think passion doesn't arrive from just being laid back and passive. So we bring some work into it, you know, to make a fire, and it can take time to make a fire. Your patience, you know, you rub the sticks together and you might just get a little smoldering. And so I think it's quite interesting to use that analogy of nature.
Yeah, absolutely. like something that's just sparked, funnily enough, with me as you saying that is actually there's a choice in there. And it's passion is about like choosing something consistently. Otherwise, if we don't choose to tend the fire, if we don't choose to keep going to get the fire going, then that will just fizzle and die out. And something that really like spoke to me in this as well, that actually that is our choice that we need to take responsibility for, because if we don't make that a choice and we don't prioritize that, then other people in our lives will. So if we don't prioritize and say, no, this is my passion, this is therefore what I'm going to dedicate time, energy, commitment to, if we don't prioritize that, then other people's priorities will start pushing into our lives if we haven't made that particular like decision-making process in our head. So I think passion for me is, it's about design, not default. We have to make the choice by design to follow that and follow that and follow that consistently. Because as I said, otherwise, other people's priorities and other people's passions will just start pushing in. And, you know, a lot of us deal with stress and overwhelm. And some of it's not necessary, because it's not essential that we take on other people's passions and other people's priorities. So being really clear about this is my passion and stepping into your power, therefore, is your choice.
Yeah. And I would share that I know for myself, in terms of if some of you are listening and you experience not really feeling much passion in life, or not really knowing what you feel passionate about. And I think I'm maybe talking a little bit more about a vocation or what your purpose might be. I can honestly say, to get to this place that is very innate in me, because, you know, I really, it's just my sense that that innateness and that essence of who we are as unique individuals, it does lie within us. It's there, even if it feels like you don't touch it or it's different. But for me personally, to get to that, arriving that place where I feel very passionate about my purpose and what I do, and about, you know, like Caroline, you might know that I was really passionate about martial arts, passionate about boxing, you know, and I think we need that passion to show up for things as well. It's a little bit like that passion can drive us. But the journey that I went on that might be useful is I really had to clean a lot of maybe old beliefs, mindset, or cultural things about, you know, what you could be passionate about. So, you know, I'll just give you an example that I know from different cultures that can be common when we're growing up and we're going through education, that we're steered in a direction of what we should be passionate about because, you know, our father was a doctor, or it's in the family that you become a lawyer. And that might not be your passion. That might not touch you. That might not excite you. That might not light you up, but you followed maybe their influence, or, and I'm not judging it, I'm just giving an example. That I think it can start really from that young age when we're at school and we're trying to find out what we're passionate about. And yeah, I mean, it can be a development of conversation about nurturing our children, bringing the children to the world. But it does start young, where we get influenced, right? We get influenced about what we should be passionate about, or what we're allowed to be passionate about, or whether we're going to fit in, or whether our parents will approve.
Yeah,
really,
you're completely onto something there. Absolutely. Like, I see this in two different aspects. So, like, I work with young people, and they'll tell me how passionately, like, they want to do this or they want to do that. But the reality is, as you say about the education system, they're forced into making choices at 15 for a person who doesn't even exist yet. Like, the person that they are at 25 doesn't exist. And so you see a lot of like quarter life crises. Like, I had one myself. I went into teaching and then I decided, like, actually, this isn't what I want to do with my life. This doesn't tap truly into my passion and my purpose. And you see a lot of people in their mid-20s, early 30s who go through these career changes because they had to make the decision so early for someone who didn't exist. You know, you've grown into life. And I think also part of that was definitely, as you say, like stepping outside of the box and outside of the cultural, parental expectations. And realizing that it takes some courage, it takes some bravery to go, do you know what? I could sit in a comfortable teaching position all my life because that's what's expected of me. And that's what, you know, I'm told by society, this is stable, this is great. But I think the bravery of busting open that box and realizing your world is only small or as large as you make it. And there's more than one way to make money. There's more than one way to have a passion and a purpose. And you don't need to pigeonhole yourself. And if I'm speaking to someone who's at school right now or someone who's 50, like, you don't need to pigeonhole yourself. Just because you're young or just because you've had 1, 2, 3 careers doesn't mean that that has to then define you for even tomorrow. You can make a new decision at every single point about who you want to be, what you want to follow, and where your passion is. You can tell there's a bit of passion here about it. Don't pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe the vibe that you get from me and Caroline is that we're both really passionate, being touched by our own journeys, but we're really passionate about human potential and supporting you guys, supporting people, actually. And just to follow on from that, I was just thinking that, and what do you think, Caroline? Do you think in terms of developing passion that we need mentors and that we can learn passion from asking for support? I was just thinking about, so for example, my profession, and I was just talking about martial arts, I'm really passionate about them, but I've also witnessed like my teachers be really passionate, and I've felt really you know, mentored and encouraged, and so I'm just opening the conversation. It's maybe something where you're mentored, and in terms of us developing passion and building passion and waking up passion, for me, my journey has involved a teacher, a mentor.
Yeah. I think starting off with the individual, if you're someone who's lacking passion in your life, I'd say go and explore all the options. Like, don't be afraid to explore all the options. But I think whether you're young, whether you're old, the idea of a coach, a mentor, a teacher is so valuable, because for me they provide 3 things, and this is what I aim to do in my coaching as well. They provide camaraderie, they provide a challenge, and they provide perspective, and then with that, therefore, a bit of clarity. And if you're looking for passion, then having those things from a coach, a mentor, an instructor, a teacher is so valuable, because they'll give you that perspective, they'll give you that challenge when otherwise you might stay comfortable in your own perception of, this is what my life should be, this is how I should behave, this is how I should think. And I think actually in the adult world, there's still a little bit of resistance potentially to the idea of coaching. Like, no, I can do it on my own. When, you know, I think you're stronger when you ask for help, as opposed to the other way around. I don't think there's any kind of weakness in saying, you know, another perspective, someone else to challenge me, someone else to support me and hold me accountable is so valuable.
Yeah. Hey, Louise. So we're just talking about passion and how to build passion. And what I was going to add, kind of my final point, Caroline, with this subject was, I feel it's an interesting thinking process to consider how we maintain passion, you know, and a perfect example is, you know, you look at couples that have been married for a long time, a duration of time, and there's something, and whether that be, I mean, I've been in my profession for 17 years, and I do know moments where it's easy, isn't it, to get a bit bored or lose your passion or lose your love for somebody or someone, and want that excitement outside. And so, yeah, I think there's an aspect for us, if we to run a long journey, or whether it's with a partner or it's, you know, maintaining your business along the road. And maybe there are moments when our passion truly, like, maybe we fall out of love with something, time to put passion somewhere else. So I think that might be an interesting
And do you know, funny enough, my final point touched on this as well. Like, come full circle almost as well. I think there the idea of the quiet, consistent, boring choice comes in. That's like the foundation of passion rather than grand emotions. But when I completely touched on the same idea. So passion for life, and whether that's in your career, or anything that's long term, a relationship. And I think sometimes people have perhaps been lacking in this recently as well, because, life's been a bit beige in lockdown, hasn't it? Like very samey. So my tips for kind of unlocking the long-term passion for life, for career, for relationship is have one focus at that particular time. Slow down and breathe. So say, for instance, you're in a relationship. If you're having lunch with your long-term partner, switch off the phone, go in somewhere new and be in that moment with them. Smell, breathe, like listen and pay attention. And when you take that slowing down and you're in the moment, it starts to reignite some passion and some joy, because we're noticing, we're more in the moment, rather than this being your brain going, oh, this is familiar. You don't really need to pay attention to this. Because our brain does that, if it's familiar, then we don't necessarily pay as much attention. So my biggest tip for that, like long-term career, relationship, life, whatever it is slow down, have one focus and be in the moment. And in that, you'll start to rediscover more joy and more passion because there's the space for it.
Yeah. And I think what you're saying is going back to the starting point, which is that there's like a fine line interconnectedness of these qualities of passion, of joy, of love, and even excitement. And I'm a big, avid driver for myself and for my clients to be taking and choosing personal responsibility to new things, because it's common if we're just walking the same way to the desk, to the office job 25 years and nothing changes. It's not science that we start to lose passion and things become grey and monotonous. So our spirits desire excitement and newness, because it affects our brain, not only our body, but to have a different perspective. And I think it's personal responsibility then. I like what you said, Caroline. So whether it be our profession or a relationship, that we can take charge, take control, not wait, but take responsibility and add little sparks. I think I like this word with passion, sparks.
Hi, I'm Caroline, and welcome to this flow, all to do with stepping into our power. It's said to be associated with our solar plexus, Manipura chakra, which is the center of our power. So you need nothing but yourself, a little bit of space, and if you practice with blocks, then have those nearby. So we're going to begin in a seat, and that seat can be whatever is comfortable for you. And take a little wiggle of the shoulders, settle them down the back, and take a breath in through the nose, a breath out of the mouth. Breath in through the nose, and out of the mouth. One more, breathe in, and soft sigh out. Flickering eyes closed if they aren't already. Start to draw just a few rounds of breath in and out through the nose. Beginning to arrive on our mat, arrive in our bodies. Noticing the breath's natural rhythm. The movement of heart and belly rising and falling. And take one more breath in. And out. And then blinking eyes open. As you inhale, stretch your fingertips up towards the sky. And if it's comfortable on your neck, you might take a little look up. And then as you exhale, twist round to your right. So your left hand connects with the outer edge of the right leg. Right fingertips move behind you, keeping the weight light as you can there. Your breath in grows tall, and your breath out gently twists. Your inhale sends the gaze back forwards. Your exhale releases the twist. And the second side, inhale, breath in, arms to the sky. As you exhale, twist left. Right hand connects with the outer edge of left leg. Left fingertips move behind you. Stay tall through the crown of the head, breathing in. And exhaling to twist. Your inhale sends your gaze forwards. And your exhale releases the twist. One more each side. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhaling, twist to the right. Inhale, gaze forwards. And exhale, release the twist. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, gaze forwards. And exhale, release. And from here, we're going to cross over our legs through to all fours. Drawing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, belly dips, heart draws forwards. Find a little draw of the heels of the hands towards the knees. And if it's comfortable, maybe tilt the chin up. As you exhale, tuck chin in, press the ground away. Draw up front body to back body and tuck in your tailbone. Inhale, ripple forwards, heart draws through. Exhale, press and round, tuck in chin and tailbone. Inhale, heart moves forwards. Exhale, press and round. And then coming through a neutral spine, as you inhale, this time extend your right fingertips and your left toes away from you. And keep those fingertips and toes touched down. As you breathe in, lift up the belly button to the spine. And as you then exhale, maybe you lift up the fingertips and the toes off the ground. Breathe in here. Exhaling to stay or crunch knee to elbow underneath you. Inhale, grows long. Exhale, crunch and round, knee to elbow underneath you. Inhale, extends. And exhale, crunches. Inhale, extend. And exhale, place the hand and the knee back down, recenter across those four corners of the body. And then, second side, breath in, left fingertips and right toes extend away from each other. Draw up the belly button to the spine as you breathe in, and then exhale, perhaps you then lift up the arm and the foot away from the ground. Breathe in for length. Exhale, knee to elbow underneath you. Press the ground away, inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in round the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. One more. Exhale, curl in. Breathe in to grow long. And breathe out to replace the hand and the knee back underneath you. From here, tuck the toes under. And start to walk the hands in to bring the hips onto the heels. And we're not here for long. From here, as you breathe in next, lift up the hips off the heels. Draw your hands into your lower back. So your thumbs are pressing towards the center of either side of the spine. Your fingertips moving around towards the center, your side body. So from here, take a breath in and out. And then as you next breathe in, press your hips forwards, send your heart high, keep your chin tucked this time, squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back body in camel pose. And then as you exhale with chin tucked, come back down, up even, and hips sink. Take a breath through neutral. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, hands to spine. Inhale, hips forwards, heart soars high. If it's comfortable in the neck, release it back. And then as you exhale, chin tucks in, hips sink down. Take a breath through center, let the spine rest and reset. Inhale, hips lift, last one. Exhale, draw the hands through to the lower back. Inhale, heart forwards, hips forwards, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Your exhale tucks the chin in and hips sink. From here, untuck the toes, knees can go together or apart, and now walk your way forwards through to a child's pose. Forehead touches down. Breathe long and slow into the belly. One more breath in and out. And then as you next inhale, rock forward through to tabletop. Center the knees, tuck the toes, and as you exhale, lift to a downward facing dog. And you might find a bit of movement if this is your first downward dog of the day, pedaling out the legs. Hips can move forward, side to side, backwards, whatever feels good and nice in your body. Maybe shake the head no, nod the head yes. And then begin to find some stillness in downward facing dog. Remember, heels do not need to be connected. Length through the spine as you press your chest towards your thighs. As you next breathe in, lift up your right leg to the sky in a three-legged dog. As you exhale, take a big step forward with that right leg to in between the hands. And if it doesn't quite get there, then draw the hands onto the ankle, encourage it forwards to in between the hands. Look out, breathe in, lift up the torso and the arms to the sky in a high lunge. Keep your right hip drawing back, left hip drawing forwards. Extend through to fingertips, shoulders soft. Breathe in. And then exhale to twist right, revolving your lunge. Right arm back, left arm forwards. Grow long from fingertip to fingertip. Keep tucking the right hip underneath you. As you inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, lean forwards, drawing the arms in line with the body. As you breathe in now, begin to transfer the weight into the front leg, pointing left toes or flexing the left foot, warrior 3 variation. Take a fixed gaze, breathing steadily. Your next exhale rebends the standing leg, left toes touch lightly down to the back of the mat. An inhale, arms sweep to the sky, high lunge. As you exhale, draw your hands back to frame your front foot and step all the way back, downward facing dog. And take that on the second side. Inhale, left leg sweeps to the sky. Exhale, big step forwards of the left leg in between the hands. And again, you can take the hand onto the ankle, encourage it forwards if needed. Take your gaze out. Breathe in as you lift up your torso, arms to the sky, high lunge. Soft shoulders, left hip tucking underneath you, right hip drawing forwards. Breathe in, and then exhale to twist to your left. Send your arms wide, left arm back, right arm forwards. Find length from fingertip to fingertip. And then your breath in, recenters, arms sweep to the sky. As you exhale, find a lean of the torso forwards, drawing the arms in line with the body. Breathe in, transfer the weight into the front leg. Right toes might float off the ground, warrior 3 variation. Keep the gaze steady. Hands can come down onto blocks if needed. Turn the right hip down. Breathe steadily. One more inhale. And then exhale, rebend the standing leg. Right toes gently touch down and inhaling arms to the sky. High lunge. Exhaling, hands move to frame your front foot. And step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Sink the knees to the ground together or apart. Hips sink back into a child's pose. And take some slow, steady breaths. So just going to repeat that flow and take it a fraction faster where we move in and out with our breath. So one move, one breath. Inhale, rock forwards through to all fours and tuck the toes. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step forwards, right foot in between the hands. Look out and breathe in, arms to the sky, high lunge. Exhale, twist right, opening up the arms. Inhale, sweep back through center. Exhale, leaning forwards, arms in line with the body. Inhale, transfer the weight into the right leg, left toes lift off, warrior 3. Take your breath in here. Exhale, left toes touch down to the mat. Inhaling, arms to the sky, high lunge. Exhale, hands move to frame the front foot and step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot through to the top of the mat. Gaze out, breathe in, lift up, high lunge. Exhale, twist to the left, opening up through the arms. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, find your lean, arms in line with the body. Inhale, transfer the weight forwards, right toes float off, warrior 3. Find an inhale here. And then exhale, right toes touch down to the back of the mat. Inhaling, arms sweep high, high lunge. Exhale, hands move to frame your front foot and step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Sink the knees together or apart, child's pose. After strength, find stillness. After doing, find being. Come back to your breath. Take a big breath in through the nose. And an exhale, a sigh out of the mouth. And then as you inhale, rock forwards. And from here, center the knees underneath you and draw your arms down to plant your forearms onto the ground. And you might just want to check your distance, so catch hold of opposite elbows with the hands. And then bring those arms in front of you and either connect the palms down with the fingertips away or interlace the fingers. From here, step the feet back, one strong straight line, forearm plank. Press the heels away, light squeeze of the glutes, front body drawn up to back body, and press through the elbows. Knees can also be down for this. Take a breath in. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, right toes touch down. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, toes touch down. Exhale, right lifts. Inhale, down. Exhale, left lifts. Inhale, down. You still with me? One more. Exhale, right lifts. Inhale, down. Exhale, left lifts. Inhale, down. And then curl your weight onto the ground. Release the belly down. Whew. So as you release your chest down to the ground, draw your hands underneath your shoulders so that you can see your fingertips. Take your feet hip distance, press down all 10 toes. As you breathe in, press the ground away to cobra. Keep your glutes soft now, roll your shoulder blades onto your back body. And your exhale curls you down. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, press with the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, curls down. Inhale, press with the hands, heart lifts. Glutes soft. And exhale, curls you down. Now you can stay here. You might be done with back bending for the day. You might repeat cobra. If you'd like to add on, then draw the legs to a bend. Reach behind you for the ankles. If it's your first time doing bow pose, flex the feet and keep the thighs connected. Keep your gaze down. As you next breathe in, send the ankles into the hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back body. Slow breaths. As you exhale, release. And this time, draw your hands underneath your forehead. Let the spine rest. Take a breath. And then send your knees nice and wide as the mat and bend the legs up to the sky. Start to windshield wiper the legs softly from side to side. Breathing in one way and breathing out the other. And then releasing the legs. Draw the hands underneath the shoulders. And either keep the knees down or tuck the toes. We're lifting to either a half high plank or a full high plank. And wherever you are, whether your knees are going to be up or down, from this position here with your hands underneath your shoulders, lift up your belly button as though you could draw it away from your spine right here. Away from the ground right here. And then as you exhale, big press up through to high plank. Exhaling, sending it straight back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift up your heels, bend your knees, look to your hands. As you exhale, walk, step or hop the feet wider than the hands with your toes pointing off the mat, your heels a little bit narrower and then sink down, Simalasana Yogi Squat. Hands can come through to heart center, pressing the elbows into the knees. Tuck your shoulder blades onto your back body, breath in and breath out. And then from here, we're going to release through to a seat. So release the pressure of the elbows into the knees. The knees might cave in, you might reach forwards, you might bring a hand down to support you as the hips touch down. Take your feet out in front of you, about hip distance, and as you inhale, lift up the heart, send the fingertips in front. As you exhale, lean back. You can stay here, or as you next exhale, lift up the legs to a half boat. Point or flex the feet. Keep the proud heart lift. Slow, steady breaths here, lifting out of the lower part of your spine. One more breath. And then as you exhale, roll the knees into the chest, roll down onto your back. And as you come down onto your back, legs lift to the sky. Point or flex the feet. Your first option is your head and shoulders stay down. Second option, as you exhale, lift up the head and shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower back press down. Inhale, the right leg now floats away from you. Exhale, comes back up. Lower spine rounded to the mat. Inhale, left leg floats down. Exhale, left leg floats back up. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lifts. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lifts. You've got one more each side. Lower back stays pressed down. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lifts. Inhale, left. Exhale, lifts. Allow the head and the shoulders to come back down. Curl the knees in. Wrap your arms around yourself. You might find stillness or a little gentle rock from side to side. And then from here, stretch your right leg long to the mat. Exhale, your left knee curls across the body into a supine twist. The left arm lays out, maybe gaze left. Inhaling, rolling back through center, gathering the knees in. Left leg stretches long to the mat now. And exhale, guide the right knee across the body as your right arm lays out long to the side. Keep the shoulders grounded, turn towards the fingertips. And then your inhale curls you back in. Take one last squeeze of the legs. And then as you take a long breath out, exhale, Shavasana. Lay out the arms long to the mats. Lay out the legs long. Separate the arms from the body, palms up. If you have any sensation into the lower back, you might like to bend the legs, feet wide, and gently knock the knees together in constructive rest. Drawing yourself to final relaxation. And as we close practice today, we're going to close with 4 affirmations. Breathing with these words. Take a breath in. I am enough. And exhale. Breathing in. I am enough. And exhale. Breathing in. I let go of insecurity. and exhale. Breathing in, I let go of insecurity, and exhale. Breathing in, I pursue my passion and purpose, and exhale. Breathing in, I pursue my passion and purpose, and exhale. Breathing in, I step into my power, and exhale. Breathing in, I step into my power, and exhale. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.